posted a video in a while because I've actually been moving houses. I had to move all my plants to my boyfriend's house for about a month, and it's been traumatic. Like seriously, I've finished moving in practically all of my plants. I have just a few left over there. I'd also like to take this time to say thank you to all my new subscribers and viewers. I really appreciate it so much. So anyway, onto the video. Due to the pandemic, a lot of people have been joining the plant community, and welcome, by the way. So I thought of making this 5 beginner houseplants video to talk about some of the houseplants that I personally have and that I find are very fast, easy growers, and that you could find easily in our local nurseries. So the first plant on my list is the Sansevieria trifoliata Datura robusta. I'm sure you've heard about how easy to care for Sansevierias are in general, and the same absolutely goes for this Sansevieria. I personally never really liked Sansevierias. I don't know why. I think it's those long sticky types that I don't really prefer, but these dwarf rosette types I think are more of my style, and that's why I have them. I even have one, I think this is the Laurenti, the one with the yellow variegation. I personally like these because they're very hardy. If you accidentally hit them or drop them, which I've never done yet, they're pretty much gonna survive still. They give you a lot of leeway for error, so that's why I also think that this is perfect for beginners. Actually, most Sansevieria varieties are perfect for beginners, but at the same time, they are drought tolerant. So if you forget, it's not the end of the world. You can still make it up to them. So the second plant that I'm gonna be talking about is none other than aloe vera. Yes, aloe vera. I know you're thinking, oh, they're weird looking. Yeah, I like them because they actually look like alien tentacles or something, but at the same time I really like them because they're very, and by very I mean very drought tolerant, and the best part, they take full sun, so they're perfect for those empty spaces in your window or shelf that get direct sunlight. It's a good space filler, but at the same time, I honestly only started to appreciate them once I saw in one of the nurseries. They had these really big aloe veras that looked almost like agave plants, and I love agave plants. I love the way they look. So anyway, my boyfriend has this really crazy aloe vera plant that I propagated these and a couple others from, and they rooted super quickly. I'm not even kidding you. It's just an easy plant to propagate and to keep, and trust me when I say that they're super resilient, because my boyfriend's mother plant, they absolutely just leave it alone, and it's actually kind of neglected, but it's fine. Like, it keeps producing babies anyway. And the last reason why I love these is because they're actually pretty functional. You can get fresh aloe vera from your plant. Isn't that awesome? Like, you can harvest fresh aloe vera. You can use aloe vera for your sunburns, or you can also use it for DIY face masks, right? That's why I like these. So the third plant I wanted to talk about is this Stramanthe sanguinea triostar. So I'm sure you guys have seen this around in the nurseries, and it can go for really cheap sometimes, and that's part of why I love them. It's because they are so nice to look at, but at the same time, they're affordable. This plant is probably the only calathea-like plant that I would actually purchase, because I have had a bad experience with calatheas before. They did not like me, so I gave up on that a long time ago. But this one though seems to be staying alive for me, so maybe I'm doing something right, or maybe it just really is an easygoing plant. That's what I think anyway. Most of what I love about this plant are, of course, the pink leaves. Like, they are just so nice, so gorgeous, and the leaves also open and close at different times of the day. That's also pretty cool. For these plants, they just really need bright and direct light, and just don't overwater them, and I think you'll be fine. I think the less you try to tend to your plants, the better they'll be, you know. So the fourth plant on my list is the philodendron burl marx, or burl marxii. I don't know, burl marxii. I don't know how some people call it, but I just call it old burl. So this plant has been with me for, I think, a little over a year. It's done nothing but grow. I'm not even kidding you. Like, I definitely even kind of neglected it at some point. Like, I would forget that it existed because I kind of kept it on the back part of my shelf that didn't even get that much light. So I would forget to water it, but it still really grew like crazy. When I originally got this, it was probably like half or 1/3 of what the size is. And I even already propagated a ton of babies from this plant. So you can just see how vigorous and how fast it really grows. It really still continues to push out new growth no matter what the situation. So I really do recommend this plant for beginners because it's a really easygoing plant that's very rewarding, because as you can see, its foliage is just gorgeous. It's so cute. Yeah, but just probably be prepared that it's probably going to take up a bit of space in your house. So if you have space for it, then go for it. The last plant on my list is none other than my dearest philodendron Mycans. The Mycans is probably one of my legit forever faves because it's one of the first plants that really got me into the houseplant hobby. I remember it was one of the first uncommon plants I had seen on Instagram, and that when I searched for it on Facebook, that's how I check if the plants that I like are already in the country. I found out that people were selling them, so I was really excited about that. I was lucky enough to purchase this mother plant from an experienced grower I met, despite me being fairly new to plants at the time. Literally, I was so amazed that the leaves are so velvety, they were heart-shaped, perfectly heart-shaped, and that they had like these kind of red or amber backside, or sometimes they're also kind of yellowish. It opened a door for me, really. It was kind of my gateway plant into the plant hobby, I would say. So let me know what your gateway plant was. Yeah, I'd love to hear it. Let me know in the comments. So anyway, I really started researching like crazy after that. It really made me excited about collecting different plants and finding out how they came to be that way. How is it possible that nature is producing these, right? Like, what's the purpose? Because it can't possibly just be cosmetic. That was the start of me finding out about all these different species with amazing foliage. So far, it's given me really fast growth. Like, I've cut this back so many times, I can't even count. And I've given out propagations. I've made a lush trailing one. I've even made some where I tried to keep the leaves kind of small, some that I accidentally sun stressed and they kind of kept putting out these reddish leaves, and also one that I put on a DIY trellis. Basically, I've done a lot of experimentation with this plant because it really just keeps giving me so much growth. So whichever type you prefer, honestly, whether it's climbing or trailing or what have you, I would really recommend this to anyone because I really love having them, and I don't think I'm ever gonna get sick of this plant. Honestly, this is the plant that I feature the most on my Plantstagram because it's just so nice. Like, there's so many angles to it and they all look good. Basically, that's it for my 5 beginner house plants list. I know I didn't mention pothos. Everyone always mentions pothos, and those are really also very good beginner house plants, but these are just personally the plants that I keep and that I found were very easy because I did get them fairly early into my plant journey, and they all are still alive, so I guess that's a good sign. Particularly for 3 main reasons. 1, they can thrive with a little neglect or underwatering, especially for a newbie like I was. I was always confused, and till now I'm a little confused sometimes, when they'd say water the topsoil when dry. Like, only water when the topsoil is dry, because honestly, sometimes it can be hard to tell, okay? That's just the truth. Plant keeping is all about your own perception and intuition, so everybody can give you advice, but at the end of the day, it's up to your observations in your plants to know what they really need or what they lack. But these plants I mentioned pretty much give you some leeway to make mistakes. If you underwater them sometimes, you know, they're not gonna die right away, so it's fine. The second reason is that they grow fairly fast and produce babies fairly quickly that you can propagate and either add back to your pot or give away to family and friends. So that's also great. For the third reason and last reason, it's that they don't break the bank. So you won't feel bad when they die. And actually, you shouldn't even feel bad when they do. I used to beat myself up about killing plants, and I've killed quite a few, trust me. But at the end of the day, as Enid from NSC Tropical said herself, you gotta kill a lot of plants before you know what you're doing. And that is the truth, and that is one of the things that I truly believe in as a plant keeper. The fact is that we don't really know what's going on with our plants all the time. Maybe over time, through observing your plants, that's the way that you can better find out how to deal with certain problems in your plants. Everything's just through experience, because you know, everything's a learning process. So yeah, don't feel so bad if you make a mistake. Just take it easy. So anyway, if you're new here, don't forget to like and subscribe if you like this video. And if you have any questions, just comment them down below. You can also send me a DM on my Plantstagram, The Tiny Jungle. I do respond to everyone there, and especially if you're new to the plant community, welcome. We're glad to have you here. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you soon.